have it. So we're gonna do our essay on symbolism. So what I wanna do today is you'd all done the Padlet on symbolism and you all had to put in some different things. So I'm gonna put you in different groups, but those groups are gonna change up to the time. The only thing I had to change, Talia, I had to put you with something that you hadn't looked at just to make it work. So, but you can look what other people said, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, you'll see what I mean. So basically what you're gonna need to do this is you're gonna need your Chromebook. Not yet, let's wait till all the directions and then I just wanna kind of give an overview of what we're gonna be doing. So you're gonna take your Chromebook and you're gonna go to the Padlet that you filled out all those many weeks ago where you were assigned like snow or the color red. I've also combined some of these because they're very similar, so we'll see that as well. And I'm gonna give you just a handout. So basically when you're in your group, oh, if you sit there, you're gonna be blocking the video.
Is it going on right now?
It's fine. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna give you a graphic organizer, a handout, and I'm gonna give you, first you're gonna look at either snow or ice or cold versus warmth. You're gonna look what you said and you're gonna kind of fill it out. So right now we're just kind of in the early stages of trying to figure out what could snow represent in this book. And you've already filled out examples of where you see it, but now you've got to take those examples of where snow appeared or what it represented in the book, and then you've got to try to, again, dig deeper and try to get to the deeper meaning of what snow could symbolize in the book. And again, like everything else, there's no right or wrong answer, it's how well you can support it. And I'm gonna shout out Jeremy, because Jeremy just, I'm sorry, but he was worried yesterday because I didn't necessarily agree with what he saw as a theme in The Giver. But because you revised it last night, correct?
Yeah, but I didn't change the idea.
No, you didn't change the idea, but you changed the evidence, which was the issue, right? The analysis. You connected it. It wasn't the same as what you had originally.
It's very similar.
But you tweaked it so it made more, it was more supportive. Whatever you did, unless I read it through different eyes, I don't know. But when I read it, I was like, okay, I still don't agree with Jeremy, and that's fine, but he supported what he believed with evidence from the text, and he presented it in such a way that it did hit back to his theme. So, and that's what I'm looking for. So there's not a right answer. Literature is very subjective. Literature is, and again, I know Eli was worried about, well, is that what, Lois, how do we know that's what she meant? And we don't know for sure, unless she's written, or she's had interviews, or she's had whatever. But all we can do is look at the evidence that is presented in the text. And based on that, how do we interpret it? Because again, reading, as Ari reminded me this morning, is important, but it's also very personal. And how we view stories and how stories impact us, it's very personal. So as long as you can support it with evidence, it's great, it's fine, it's wonderful. Right, Alayla? Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a graphic organizer. So basically, you're gonna have to look at the Chromebook, and you're gonna have to go back into that Padlet, and you're gonna look at what you wrote about either snow or apple, and you're gonna work with the group, and you're really gonna try to dig deep and expand your thinking. Okay, when does this appear? And then it's gonna lead you to, so what could it mean? And at a deeper level. If you want, I've returned everybody's yellow folders. Remember I gave you that handout? Don't go yet. I gave you that handout on symbolism and what we look for, so you can use that to help you if you're not sure. Mrs. Davity and I will be here. We'll come around and we will be listening in and we will help you as well. So after Lily's question, then I'm going to tell you what groups you're in. I'll give you your graphic organizer and I'll tell you where to sit and we're ready to go. Yes?
You answered my question.
And what was your question, honey?
It was, are we going to be with our table groups?
No, you will not be with your table groups. Does anybody remember what groups you'll be with?
Yeah.
Talia?
Based on what thing you looked at.
Right, because remember you were all assigned different,
Yeah.
but except Talia, like I said, I had to move her just because of the way things worked out. So, and we'll leave it since Talia's sitting there. So the first group is snow, and that's Pauline, Talia, and Ari. So, and again, if you were in it, please don't say, oh, I was in that group too. That's, again, I had to separate you out and do the best I could. I'm gonna do all the groups, Miriam, then I'll go with your question. So when I say go, you'll get your yellow folder, you'll get to your table group, you'll bring your Chromebook, and we'll get started. So Pauline, Talia, and Ari, and you're gonna be looking at snow, and you're gonna have 10 minutes, and then we're gonna switch up the groups, and you'll go to the next one. Eyes will be Eli, Cooper, Halela, and Jeremy. So, well, we'll just say what Eli is. So Eli, Cooper, Halela, and Jeremy, you're gonna be looking at eyes, and cold versus warmth is Lily and Miriam. So Miriam, you'll come over there. Okay, any questions, Miriam? Yes.
So a couple things. First is, so did you get rid of transportation?
Well, we're only doing 3 at a time. And I said after 10 minutes, we're gonna be, because transportation is very important.
And also, so like, you gave everyone 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's gonna get each
Well,
one?
it's not gonna work out exactly, but we're gonna do the best we can,
Thank you.
okay?
Thanks.
So, whoa. All right, so when I say go, you're gonna get your yellow folder, you're gonna get to your table group, you're gonna make sure your Chromebook's out, and you're gonna get started. Go. Alexa, set the timer for 10 minutes, please.
10 minutes, starting now. By the way, you have one more notification. When you see the yellow light ring on your device, it means you have a notification or message. Just say, notifications.
That's what I told you.
I see Jeremy, he's getting ready to go, he's just focused, doing what he needs to do. Thank you, Jeremy. Miriam's getting all set. Colleen, voices are off.
Should I set across or
Whatever you work best with. If you wanna be next to each other or across from each other, it's all good, it's all good. Okay? Alright, so if you notice on under symbol, so right now we have snow, we have eyes, we have cold versus warm. So you're just gonna write that, and then you're gonna go looking through Padlet. Can I have all eyes on me, please? You're gonna look at what you wrote on Padlet, and this is a super short paraphrase of what happened. I do not want this whole thing filled with microscopic writing, okay? It says a super short paraphrase of what happens, okay? Just Jonas leaves, Jonas cries, Jonas whatever. And then, this is where the thinking comes in. What could this possibly mean? Can I have eyes on me until I finish the directions, please? What could this possibly mean or represent? That's where the thinking and that's where the talking has to come in. Any questions? Okay, when the timer goes off, I'll give you your next group and we'll do the next thing. So don't worry, I'm not finished. We just will continue on. Okay, thank you.